Continuamos después del coffee break y del taller que ha habido en el restaurante. Comentaros también que hay otro taller ahora mismo también a las 12. Taller de IBM sobre la eficiencia en costes en la gestión multicanal. También de gran interés para los que os interese todo el tema de la gestión multicanal. Y vamos, si os parece, con la siguiente presentación, que es un lujo porque, entre otras cosas, cuando hablamos de porcentajes, fijaros que hemos visto ya datos de GFK, datos de Google, pero quizás uno de los más espectaculares es el que nos va a presentar nuestro siguiente ponente. ¿De acuerdo? Houang es el director general de Showroomprive y tenemos el placer de tenerle hoy con nosotros. Showroomprive, como sabéis, es una de las empresas líderes en este concepto de clubs privados de compras, flash sales o como queramos llamarlo. Sabéis que al final hay muchas formas de denominar un modelo que es claramente uno de los que más éxito han tenido en los últimos años. Lo paradójico o lo curioso de este caso es que estamos hablando que ya actualmente en el primer semestre de 2013 Showroomprive está registrando un 40% de tráfico proveniente de dispositivos móviles y entre 32 y 33% de las transacciones ya directamente hechas desde el móvil. Lo cual, como hemos visto, pues es una cifra más alta que la media, con lo cual pues, su caso es particularmente relevante. Simplemente dos datos del ponente. Es director general y CEO y Chief Operation Officer de Showroomprive. Ha permanecido durante 13 años como director ejecutivo de Pixmania, que es una de las empresas también, como sabéis, líderes del sector, donde ocupó diversos puestos en diferentes departamentos como ventas, recursos humanos, comunicación y desarrollo internacional. La ponencia se realizará en inglés, así que doy paso a Houang.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you first to have invited me for the organization. I'm really sorry I don't speak Spanish, so I will speak in English. And if you prefer, I can do that in Chinese. Maybe. No. More seriously, I'm Pinky, so I'm the general manager of Showroomprive. I arrived now 11 months ago with two missions, two roles to help and to support the growth of Showroomprive. And we'll just before going through the presentation, focus on the mobile and the case study. I just wanted to present you, to reintroduce you Showroomprive. So who is Showroomprive today? Showroomprive was born in 2006 from the meeting of two entrepreneurs, David Dayan and Thierry Petit. David Dayan has the expertise of overstock sales, and Thierry Petit is the guy that put that online, so for the e-commerce. So we can see the figures. We started back to 2007. We made 6 million euros, and then big growth, 25, 51, 86, and so on and so on. Last year, we achieved around 250 million euros. And our business is very simple, in fact. We are a solution to the brands to support them to sell their overstock. That's the first thing. You know by heart the leading company in Spain or in Europe. We are the second company today. And we support the guys to do that. In 2010, we have a new, we acquired a minority stake by Axel Partner. Axel Partner is very famous in the world because they were the historical shareholders of Facebook, Groupon, Dropbox, and so on and so on. So this year, we think that we will achieve around 370 million euros, and the part of the Spain is 25 million euros. So we grow quickly, in fact, and we are very proud to keep going like this. In terms of countries, today it's very important for us to be there because, in fact, Spain was the first country after France. So we launched in 2006 in France, and then we launched Spain. At this stage, we have already 2 million members. I have to specify that to buy some products in Showroomprive, you have to be logged in. So you have to enter your emails and your password, and then you can access to the campaigns. And after that, we have the UK, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Belgium, and 3 months ago, Poland. So we want to keep that. We don't want to launch a lot of countries, but we want to launch countries as well as possible, in fact. So next year, we work on Brazil, because you know that a famous company in Spain also in Brazil. And we want also to go to Czech Republic. So Spain is very important for us, because even if we say that there's a crisis there and everywhere in Europe, in fact, Spain is fit very well for Showroomprive. Because it's crisis there, we think that we can do more with Showroomprive in Spain, because we offer discounted products and overstocks. So in a few words, Showroomprive is now a major European player in e-commerce, probably in the top 10 in France, and in Spain we also think that we're around that. We have one important thing is we have more than around 40% of our members want to receive our emails. And in fact, it's the first point of the first way to acquire customers. Referrals, so the sponsorship, we offer 12 euros, for example, if you send the email and if you say, okay, to a friend or a family that you can buy products, so we incentive that by 12 euros, and it's today the first way of acquisition in Spain, and also in Europe. 900,000 visits per day, it's quite huge at this stage, and 40% of our audience in France is exclusive. That means that they go only on Showroomprive to buy overstock products and not in other private sales company. And we say that now our target is digital moms. And digital moms, it's advertisement word to say that it's a female, so it's a woman first. It's an active woman that wants security and good price. And at least they have 1 child. So our members are today very, very female today. And for sure, their work, it's better if they want to buy something on our website. The main difference that we can say between the Showroomprive and the leading company here, it's that we more targeted the mass market. 39% of our audience today is located in small cities, with less than 1 million inhabitants. And that's really different compared to others. We have values in Showroomprive. We have 5 values. The first one, we want to keep that professional, for sure. That's the minimum in the company. But we try to gather our DNA. That means that we want to buy very well, because if we don't have offers, if we don't have products, we are an e-commerce company, we can't grow. So the first thing is to keep growing in terms of offer and brands. So we work on that. We have around 2,000 now brands with Showroomprive, and we have to keep that. And if they want to be very happy with that, the thing is we have to work on the marketing side. We get products, we get samples, we get the pictures, we put it online, we put the marketing descriptions, like any other website. But we think that we can do better. So that's the first thing. We want to keep it professional. The second thing is innovation. And for sure, it's very important if we talk about mobile, because the innovation, it's important to be different than compared to the others. We were the first private sales company to offer what we call the 24 hours delivery. That means that globally, in 100% of turnover, we have 70% of turnover came from consignment. That means that we don't buy products, and we have 30% of our global turnover where we buy products. So we have in our inventory products, so we can deliver in 24 hours. And it's very different. We are number one now in private sales in audience in mobile, so we'll see that later. And we want to keep that agile. Agile, that means that even if we are 550 people in the group, in terms of IT, we are only 15 people. And project management is 10 people today. So we think that we need to be agile if we want to gain market share. For sure, it's easier when we are 500 people than when we are 1,000 or 2,000 people, but we want to keep that agile. And it's a question of mindset. Showroomprive, we want to keep that different. That means that we have some surveys, so we send some emails to our customer and we say, okay, what do you want? Which brands do you want to see in our website? And what is wrong with Showroomprive? And why don't you buy more? Or why don't you buy? And we study everything in a weekly basis, and we change everything. So the changes that you can see on our website or on our mobile came from our end customer. That's the first thing. So we want to let that open-minded, in fact. And the last point in terms of value, we think that we become now a serious medium because we have globally more than 400 million pages, views. So it's a lot. And we made some partner with some charity and organism and partners in Medium. So, what are we doing now on mobile? And why is so important to us to be the leading company on mobile? I think that it's the purpose of the Congress today. Showroomprive, we have the chance, in fact, to have the good business model for the mobile. Just to keep in mind, we sell products for only a campaign for 5 or 6 days. And we have products that could be out of in shortage. So we have a short stock. So for sure, the mobile is very big for us. So we launched, in fact, in March 2011, so that means 2 years ago only, the first application. And we have decided to launch apps for iPhone and Androids. We launched iPad and the mobile website. And the next thing should be the tablet on Android. In 5 languages today, and we worked on optimization for all devices. So we started that, and today it's already 50% of our audience globally. So it's huge. And 50% of the traffic, so that means more than plus 400% in a year, it's very huge. That means also that we already make around 35% of the total turnover. So 10 million per month has been made on mobile. So this year we will achieve around 130 million euros, especially on mobile. So it's huge. And we think that we can do more than that. And probably in our business, on our business model, we think that probably in 3 years, it should be 95% of the traffic coming from the mobile. So it's very important. So we invest a lot today, and we have more than 1 million downloads, so it's quite huge globally. And we are the first private sales company in France in terms of mobile and it's coming from Nielsen Mobile. If we focus on Spain, we can see that it's crisis, but the crisis is not there, because 45% of the traffic used today in Spain use a mobile application for in Showroomprive, for 33% of turnover. So it's quite huge. If you get back to the figures that I gave you, so 25 million euros in Spain for Showroomprive, so it's around 7 million euros come from a mobile phone. So it's a success, and we're very, very happy to say that today. The average basket in France is 55 euros, and it's globally the same in Spain. So that means that even if it's difficult today in Spain or in Southern Europe, in fact, they buy and they spend quite a lot on mobile phones. So that means that in the next few years, we can say that it will grow. And it could be the double in 2 years then in Spain. Just to remember, we sell overstock products. So that means that today we have different behaviors, because the sales open at 7 a.m., 7 in the morning. So we have a peak of traffic in the morning. So they put that and they put it in the basket, and a lot of people buy products. The top categories: ready-to-wear, shoes, apparel, home and furniture, and underwear. When we started, we have small reputation, what we call M reputation. So we sent a lot of emails to say, okay, what is this rating? And we push back and we work on that to optimize and to grow the rating. So this is the rating from iPhone app, and we came from 3, and now we are more than 4, and we try to make it higher. How can we do that? In fact, we study and we listen to the end customer. First thing, we know that it's not the same behaviors regarding the usage on iPad, on iPhone, and Android. So globally, in the morning, we have a lot of buyers or a lot of access coming from mobile phone, because you are going to work and you're in the bus and so on and so on. So we have a lot of a peak of traffic in the morning. And we make it really different, because at the very beginning, we have the same application everywhere. And now we try to optimize and to do that device or OS by OS. So we try to differentiate iPhone, Android, iPad, and next, it's tablet Android. And the first thing that they want, we know that on mobile phone, is to buy very quickly. On average, they spend 2.5 minutes on iPhone, and it's the same on Android. So you have to make it very clear and very, very fast. So small pictures, loading very quickly. They click on that, they have access to the price and to the discount, and then to the page description page. So today, it's very interesting, because when we start, the conversion rate was around 0.8%. And now we are more than 1.4%, because we have optimized the loading and the access. After that, we know that Android should be the first operating system in the world. And we know that, it's not the same. So I don't know if you have Android or iPhone, and it's not the same application. When I say that, on Android, you have a back button that you don't have on iPhone. You have also an option button, not on iPhone. So the way that we change that and to optimize is the same, and we can see that we can optimize the conversion rate. So copy-paste is not the solution, and for sure we don't want to copy-paste. When they buy in the morning, at noon, they get back to their computer, so on the laptop, and they buy on the laptop. At the end of the day, or at home, they go through the iPad or on a tablet Android. So it's really different. And there, they spend more time. On average, the double than on mobile phone. So the thing here is you're in front of your TV and you surf on that and you have more time. So we will change the application soon to put more pleasure, because the thing is it should stay a pleasure to be on an iPad. So it's not the same constraints there and there. We want members because at the end they became buyers. 70% of the turnover is made coming from loyal customer. That means that 70% has already bought a product before. So it's huge. So we don't have to disappoint our customer. The first thing, it's the same. It's you have some pictures from screenshots from the iPad, but it's the same on iPhone. We put the same system everywhere. So you want to be connected very quickly. That's the first thing. So it's for sure we put the Facebook Connect. That's the minimum. And after that, because it should be a pleasure, we add some functionalities with Facebook, Twitter, so you can share. And this thing is very important to us because it's a social media. And the social network today is going and is growing, and it's cheaper to do that. So friend of friend of friends, so referrals work very well today. So we put that on each campaign, and we put that on each product also. So the first thing, make your access very, very quickly. After that, we add some filters, and it's more true on mobile phone because you want to access to the product as soon as possible. Because if you can't go faster on your product, maybe the product is out of stock. So you have a filter, you can select by size, you can select by color, and the next step for us is to add more dynamic personalization. So tomorrow, because we have 75% of loyal customer, tomorrow we will ask you if you, or ask you or not, in fact, because we get your data, and we know that you bought, I don't know, white shirt, and always white shirt. So we can just suggest at the end of the basket, the product that can fit to your size and to your color, to your preference. So that is the next step for us. It's not easy because it's a lot of data to analyze, so what we call big data is there. And it's not easy because we have to add some new functionalities and new features with some partners. Quick purchase. On each description, you can just click on the button, and at the end, already put it in your basket. And we can see, and you know this by heart because it's very easy to say, okay, the average conversion rate is 1%. On Showroomprive, it's 2.5%, the conversion rate. And our target is to say, okay, on mobile phone, on tablet, it should be the same. It's not the same today because we're at the middle of the field because it's 1.5. So if we want to gain 1% more, we should improve all the buying process. So we put quick purchase and we gain conversion rate. So we track this, and at the end, we push some discount. And to say, okay, if you want to buy more, it's possible, you can have a discount. We have some tests today in shipping fees. So we say, okay, if you hit this 60 euros in your basket, you can have free shipping. So we test that also, and we have good results because the shipping fees, it's key, but you know that by heart on the e-commerce. And we gain, and we gain. What we know today, and we know, in fact, not a lot because mobile experience is quite new. E-commerce is new, mobile is quite new. But we grow faster on mobile than on the e-commerce today, on website. Because one button, if it's not well placed, you can lose conversion rate. So we track that. Up, sorry. Thank you, okay. The another thing is the payment method. We add a lot, because today we are the Byster, PayPal for sure, the one-click payment, and we keep going on that. Because if you're on a mobile phone and you have to, in a bus, and get your credit card and put your numbers, it's just a mess. I don't know how it happens in the bus in Spain, but in France, it's quite touchy. You get your credit card, and it's very risky, in fact. So the last one that we put online is not PayPal, but it's Byster, and another one, it's Paylib. So BNP, so it's 3 banks that can offer and facilitate just your identification. So that means that they register your credit card, and at the end you have to create only your password, and you have to put that on the mobile. It's done. So it's very easy, and now we have doubled already the payment on mobile, and we think that it's key. It's key on the website, but it's more key on the mobile or on tablet. So our concept is to erase, in fact, to delete all the blockers. And the payment method, it could be a blocker on mobile phone. So we put that, and it works. Bank details, so that's what I mean. If you want to put your credit cards when you're at home, it's very easy. When you're outside, it's very difficult. So it is the solution. And after that, the last one that we want to change is the personal information. So on mobile, on tablet, you can access to all your information and the tracking orders. And the next step for us is to add some new information. Let's say, okay, if you have any troubles, you can have a chat with a guy in Showroomprive. If you want to add something and to say, okay, where's my tracking number, and I want to push and to say something, we have around now 40 people that manage all the information behind. So the thing that I wanted to share with you is the mobile for Showroomprive is key regarding the figures. It's key in Spain because today it's finally the second country in terms of turnover. And I hope that even if we can, knowing that there are some crises there, the figures is very, very encouraging for the rest. Working on mobile is in fact less expensive for us, even if we work with an agency, because the development is not coming from in-house, in contrary of the rest. And developing a mobile is now cheapless, in fact, for us, and very profitable. And we think that tomorrow we can offer more services to the customer. For example, we can add some offers to have a link. So in terms of social media, we want to add some new stuff. In terms of geolocalization with some partners, we will probably provide some new features in 2015. So that means that if you work with Mango or Desigual and so on, we can say to our partner, okay, we sell your overstock product, but you have stores. So we know that the drive to store is very important to the retail, because the retail is going down everywhere in Europe because it's really expensive. In fact, today the end customer have the same offers on the website than in retail, so they have to reimagine the concept of the stores. So we say to some brands, okay, if you are partners with us, we can share with you our database and say, it's not a problem, our main business is to sell overstock product, and we can drive traffic to your stores for your permanent catalog. So probably we will add some stuff like this with voucher and with new other stuff. I don't know the timing, but it's I'm on time. Do you have any questions in Chinese?
Why do you think that your mobile strategy is better than your competitors, or which are the main differences, if they are?
We can say that it's we are different because we gain more market share than the others. We launch our application before the other competitors, and it's because we are more IT, in fact, than the other competitors. I mean by that we have a team, very geek guys, and they say, okay, we need to optimize a thing. And application is, in fact, the same than on the website, but it's mobile. So we invest, I think, more than the others. And we want to keep that simple because the add value for the end customer is to find products as quick as possible and to be sure that it's safe. And after that, we don't have to put videos on mobile phone. We don't have to put trailers because you don't have time on that. At this stage, probably next time, if everybody will be in 4G, probably it will be interesting. But today, putting trailers everywhere, putting more marketing than the offers is not interesting. So our strategy is to say, okay, these devices should be an add value in terms of business. You can make a good deal. And the good deal is access to a quick application and useful application. That's the main difference, I think.
This is Emilio Tobar from Telepizza. 2 questions. I understood that you have your mobile application development outsourced. So I'm curious to know how do you keep aligned the 2 applications, the Android, the iOS, and as well to know if you have any plans to develop a Windows 8 application. And in that case, you will have at least 3. If you have different for iPhone and iPad, as I understood, and this is like 6 different set of applications. How do you manage that?
That's the point, in fact. And I think that some companies hesitate to go through the mobile phone and to say, okay, I want to put that only responsive design because it's enough. The thing is, it's a learning market today. It's very young. So we started first in France because it's 80% of our global turnover. And we started with the iPhone because the market share was good on iPhone. And we tested that first. And at the end, we say, okay, we can see the figures. And after that, we say, okay, Android is growing, so we say, okay, let's do that, put that more one application. And after that, a new country, and you're right, there's a lot of application to maintain. So the decision has been made and say, okay, we can't manage that in-house with our team, so we get an agency, and we do only the specification with the marketing team and the project management team, and we give that to the agency. And for sure, we have more than 6, 7 applications today. And tomorrow, it should be more than 10. We already try because we will be the first to launch an application on Tizen, for example, with Samsung. And but when we saw the figures, 1 point of turnover is good to take. And in fact, it's not so expensive for us at this stage. After that, you're right, it's how can we maintain that? It's a cost, but when it represents more than 35%, it's good to go and to move forward. The next mobile app should be also the Windows Phone, because in France and there also, it's around 10% of market share. So we first get the market share of all the operating system and devices, and we act and we say, okay, we have to invest.
Hello. One question about your strategy, because 1 month ago you launched a new website in Spain with Cosmopolitan. So I don't know if it's a new website or just a marketing strategy.
Which website, sorry?
Divinity Collection is the name.
Divinity?
Divinity
Yes.
Collection is the website.
Yes, it's our strategy of gaining more members. So we have what we call white labels. We started in France with Orange, so the provider, and it was a success. And we provide to the partner all the systems because everything is operated by Showroomprive. And we did the same with Divinity Collection. And the strategy is we have products that we can offer to some partners, and we have services. For us, it's a gain of members at the end, and it's a gain also to say, okay, we have inventory, we have some stocks, and if we have some partners, only 1 or 2 maximum in a country, it allows us to sell more. So that's our strategy. So we have some major deals with Divinity and Orange in France, and probably some others in other countries. And we in Spain, for Divinity, it's an occasion to gain more audience and qualified audience because it's a media. And we know that putting that, because that's the case in France, it's a new way to monetize the audience. Because when you go through a website, if there's nothing, only contents that they can find everywhere, it's not interesting. And we say, okay, we can give you the same offers that we have in Spain. You can say, okay, this one I'm interested in, and the others I'm not interested in. And then they can work on the marketing side and to say, okay, I can offer some advantages to my guys and to my members. And after that, they gain in audience and they can monetize to have the advertisement. So that's the strategy. No. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pinky, for your assistance. So I think it's very interesting, all your data, all your experience sharing with us.